Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today it is Fulcrum time. We are going to be unboxing Ahsoka Tano, the operative expansion for the Rebels for Star Wars Legion. Now, this is not Clone Wars era Ahsoka Tano. This is adult, fully grown Star Wars Rebels era Fulcrum herself, aka adult Ahsoka Tano, at her, arguably maybe her most badass that we have seen her so far in the show. She was absolutely incredible in Star Wars Rebels, and this is one of my favorite versions of Ahsoka, and I absolutely loved everything about Star Wars Rebels and Ahsoka's time in that show, and I'm really looking forward to the Ahsoka Tano series coming to Disney+. If you guys are new here to the channel, we do a lot of Star Wars tabletop gaming stuff. I'm doing a huge giveaway right now for a Star Wars Shatterpoint core set in the form of a $165 Amazon gift card. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. That is going to be running until the beginning of June. Shatterpoint comes out then, so we're going to be doing it probably like on the during that first week of June, so it may not be on the 2nd exactly. It might be like on the 3rd. I don't exactly have a super strict timeline for this, but it's going to be that first week of June when we announce the winner. So make sure you are staying tuned and watching all the way to the end of my videos. Plus, there's little things down in the description with like the bell and links and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Also want to thank today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens for your games that are compatible with games like Star Wars Legion. They also have tokens compatible with X-Wing and Magic the Gathering and Keyforge and lots more. Definitely check out luxuryplaystyle.com. They're also going to be at Origins this year, so you can go check them out in person. But also make sure you use code Crabbok VIP. That's going to save you 15% off of your purchases. They make great Father's Day gifts. Father's Day is coming up, folks. Get your Father's Day orders. How many of you guys game with your kids? Game with your dads, game with the family. These make amazing gifts. If you are a father, let other folks know, hey, this would be a really nice thing to get me for Father's Day, and tell them the code so that they save 15%. So definitely check them out. Let's go ahead and get Ahsoka opened up here, and we're going to look at the cards, and we're also going to put her together so you can see everything that comes in this set and also see what a completed model may look like. We've got some cardboard, we've got a base, we've got some rules, and we've got a sprue, and that's it. Now, not a whole lot to the sprue. Let's take a look at the actual frame with this miniature first. You know what? We've got the head is just one singular piece. Well, minus the back, so I guess it'll be two pieces, right? Wait, where's the back? Wait, hold on. Doesn't she have the back? Oh, that's it right there. There's the back. Okay, so that is all there. We've got the front, the back, the arms, the legs, and then those leg plates, and then the back head to tail right there. It does look like there are sculpted lines on the head tails, except for the back. There are not sculpted lines on this one. So when I get ready to paint, I'll probably be referencing some other source materials, or also going and checking out the Shatterpoint Ahsoka, which did have sculpted lines on the back, although it really just follows the same pattern, so it shouldn't be difficult to manipulate that. But all in all, looks pretty good. You got the one slightly shorter saber there, and the one slightly longer, which is very cool. Of course, I do have these sabers. Got the Disney the Galaxy's Edge sabers. So it's pretty cool. This is my favorite Ahsoka right here. So really excited. She's gonna be really awesome in this game. She's got her command cards and her unit card, and we got some cardboard. And now she is definitely gonna be using the lots of dodge tokens. She's going to be following the same school as Asajj Ventress, which is the dual-wielding lightsabers, and the way that works in Legion is through taking what would be your defense and turning it into a mean offense. We'll take a look at her unit card here in a second, but before we do that, we are going to take a look at the insert. We've got a really nice art here. I love this particular print. This is the art that they've gone with for Ahsoka here. This is awesome. I don't know if this is a Darren Tan piece or who did this particular piece, but it's a beautiful capturing of the essence of Ahsoka from Rebels. This looks like it's from the Darth Vader fight right here, and it also looks like they may have borrowed a little bit of Rosario Dawson's likeness for some of the inspiration that went into this, because I'm seeing hints of Rosario there. So that's also really cool. Here we have our little credits sheet, and if you wanted to check out the instructions on how to build, it's going to be right there. Usually for the single miniatures, these aren't as necessary since the legs go into the leg holes, and the hip bone's connected to the leg bone and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at these cards a little closer up. All right, so here is the Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum card. She is 165 point operative for the Rebel Alliance. She's, again, it makes sense for her to be an operative. She wouldn't have been a commander, even though she might have done some limited leadership behind the scenes. We typically see her in roles that are most suitable for an operative. She does have 2 Force slots and 2 training slots. She does not have Master of the Force, so that's something to keep in mind with the Force options that you're going to put in there, but she will be able to still use things like Force Push more than once a game, because she does have some cards that are going to let her recover. We'll look at those more here in a second. She has a pretty decent lightsaber, very similar lightsaber setup to Obi-Wan Kenobi, although she's running 2 lightsabers, which I think some people were a little like, hey, wait, shouldn't she have more than 6 dice, since a lot of people who have 5 or 6 dice for just a single lightsaber, and I think it's kind of made up by the fact that she has Surge to Crit natively, and that really helps. But she's also got some cards that are going to give her really strong attack pools. But also with Jarkai Mastery is going to work pretty well with this type of setup. So she has Impact 2 and Pierce 2, which are always nice. Surge to Crit. It's also going to be just a generally very, very good thing. You might even consider Saber Throw on her, since that would be 2 red and a black, but not necessarily. It could be good, but she does not have Relentless. She has Charge, so she really kind of wants to melee a lot more so. So she has Jump 2, Charge, Defend 1, which is going to give her those extra dodges, Deflect, again, which you'd expect for a Saber user, and Immunity to Pierce, again, which Force users, Jedi, typically have immune to Pierce and Deflect. She has Jarkai Mastery. Now, that's going to be that dual Saber style, the same thing that we saw with Asajj Ventress. While performing a melee attack, you may spend any number of dodge tokens. For each dodge token spent, improve 1 attack die result. So improving a result will turn a blank into a hit, or a hit into a crit. And so you can, of course, judge what you want to do after you roll your dice. A lot of times it's going to be turning a blank into a hit. And of course, between her Surge to Crit, or if you're going after vehicles, you're going to be possibly turning. I mean, you've already got Impact 2, so you could do a lot of different things with that. Love it. It's a beautiful setup. So all in all, she's just a pretty solid character. She's going to be getting, if you give her the order, she's going to get a dodge token normally. You're going to definitely want to have certain mechanics in your build that enable her to get more dodge tokens than she would have had normally, whether she's keeping a dodge from a turn to the next, or she's got somebody like Leia tossing out dodges, or other support characters that are giving dodges or letting her keep dodges, or also relying on command cards that will give her extra bonus dodges or upgrades, right? Like Defensive Stance, I think, is something you're going to be stapling onto her. It'll allow her to take a dodge action. She'll get 2 dodge tokens by doing that. And if she's been issued an order, she'll already have 1. So it's a great way for her to really have lots of dodges. And you won't need that many. You're not going to need more than 6 dodges, right? Well, probably. Unless you roll all blanks and you need 6 crits, then that would, in theory, require 12 dodges. But that's unlikely, especially with red and black dice thrown in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of her cards. So Ahsoka's got 4 command cards that come in this pack. She's got a New Beginning, which is a 3-pip. It's an Ahsoka Tano card. It's going to give her the ability to issue orders to Ahsoka Tano and 2 units. So operatives don't usually always issue orders. Great art on this one too. We're seeing that scene from the end of Star Wars Rebels, and it's going to issue a couple of orders, which is good. At the start of Ahsoka Tano's activation, she recovers. So that's going to be important. Remember, we talked about how she doesn't have Master of the Force. So certain Force abilities that exhaust would be exhausted until she recovers. This is going to be one of those ways to give her the ability to recover. Also, by the way, she's got 3 courage, right? So she might end up with a whole bunch of suppression tokens on her, and you might want to just say, you know what, this is another good way to get rid of a lot of suppression. So When she issues an order to a small base trooper unit, that unit gains either an aim token or a dodge token, and it also gives her Inspire 2. Now, she's going to be issuing herself an order, so she's already going to get a dodge for Defend 1, but now she'll have a second one for this. So this is a good card for her. And then the two other units, this is very flexible because having an aim or a dodge is going to work for a lot of different cases. For Sabine, Sabine has nimbled, if I remember correctly, so I mean that'll work well. I mean, and there's a lot of stuff in here that wants to work with Sabine, but I feel like it also works with a lot of other characters, like Luke Skywalker, for example. I think she's going to actually work really well with Luke Skywalker, giving him the ability to get a free dodge if he doesn't have one already. A lot of times Luke gets one from his command cards, but now you can play an Ahsoka card that can give Luke that. Or if he has one already, then he can get an aim, because Luke a lot of times doesn't want to aim. There's not a whole lot of Rebel tech that hands out aims. And so this is a great way to give aims out to Rebels, which sometimes really, really want those. So I like the fact that you can choose. And then Inspire 2 is always really cool. It's not a permanent card, though. It'll just be for this round. But still, Inspire 2 is a really cool card. It's all in all, it's a solid 3-pip for an operative that's also issuing out 2 extra orders that operatives typically don't always do. So that's kind of fun. Now we've got two pips. This is going to be our Sabine Wren specific one. So this is going to be a card you will generally only run if you are running Ahsoka and Sabine. It's going to give Ahsoka and Sabine each an order. So again, another operative card that's issuing more than one order. Always a cool thing. Teamwork Sabine Wren, she's going to game. So of course that means when she gets a token, so does Sabine. And so very, very cool stuff, so on and so forth. So they're going to turn them into a super duo. And again, she's going to be issuing an order to herself. So then she'll have Defend 1, and then of course Sabine 1 will get a dodge token as well. At the start of Ahsoka's activation, Sabine Wren may perform a Speed 2 move. At the start of Sabine's activation, Ahsoka may perform a Speed 2 move. So lots of the teamwork is already great for these characters, and the free movement, a Speed 2 move, is kind of rare too, because usually it's a Speed 1 move when something grants it, but each of them is giving the other that extra move. So a really great objective card, really great mobility, and of course it's going to factor into Ahsoka's charge. This is a great way when she's out of engagement range, but just a little bit. It's a great way to give her the extra movement, the surprise movement, to get into position. So then when you go with Sabine first, now all of a sudden when Ahsoka activates, boom, 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 she's doing crazy stuff. And maybe you follow up with Sabine's 1-pip after this, and then Sabine does the surprise boom, boom, boom with those explosions and has some fun stuff. This is a really fun card. I think she's going to be so much fun. Now, if you're not running Sabine, or if you want a second 2-pip for Ahsoka, you can run Swift Protector. Again, you can have 2 1-pips, 2 2-pips, and 2 3-pips when building your command hand, so you can run both of these if you would like to. Ahsoka Tano gains Guardian 2. Again, she can protect other folks. Guardian is nice on a red dice unit, right? Although she does not have defensive surge, she still has red defense dice. When another friendly small base trooper at range 1 of Ahsoka Tano is declared a defending unit, it may gain a dodge token. So this is an interesting, and now has another one. So this isn't really doing much for Ahsoka. This is protecting someone else. But this can work for Sabine, because Sabine could get a dodge token. But I feel like this is maybe a little bit better of a card for somebody outside of Sabine, because I don't think Sabine really wants Ahsoka to Guardian for her as much, because Sabine has, frankly, the better armor. She's got the Mandalorian Beskar, she's got the red defense die, and the surge for defense. Unless, of course, she's really low, and then you want all the Guardian hits you can get. But I feel like this is probably better, like you see in the picture, like if Ezra were there. She's kind of going to be protecting another Jedi, or potentially another Rebel Trooper unit that might have Nimble and might want that dodge token. Or there's a lot of people that could use dodge, or if you're, again, running her with Luke. I think running Ahsoka and Luke together is going to be a great combination. And hey, give Luke a dodge token if somebody's coming after him. I love it. I think it's a great card, but because she's an operative here, it's only giving 1 order. So that's kind of, so it's okay, I guess. I just said it was great, and here I am saying it's okay, I guess. It's got some great aspects to it, but it's not the strongest 2-pip in the world. I think that's probably a fair thing. But if it works the way it's supposed to work, then it'll be great. So it has the potential for greatness. But now let's talk about great. Let's talk about her 1-pip. I love this 1-pip. It's a very aggressive, very beautiful card here. Here she is, slicing Vader's mask off. This is straight from that duel with Darth Vader from Star Wars Rebels. I love it. It's I am no Jedi. I absolutely love it. 1-pip, Ahsoka Tano only. And this is her. This is her going full blown melee. I'm gonna slice you down. Ahsoka Tano gains Agile 1, so she's gonna be gaining extra dodge tokens after she moves. Right, while attacking during the form attack pool step, Ahsoka adds a white die to her attack pool for each dodge token that she has to a maximum of 3. So she's gonna issue herself an order. She's gonna gain a dodge token there. If she does a double move into engagement with Darth Vader or any other opponent, typically a strong unit, maybe a commander or something like that. Even heck, you could do this against an ATST or a big vehicle or something like that. If you do 2 moves before you get in there, you're gonna have 3 dodge tokens. So you're gonna max out. So you're gonna be rolling your 6 dice here plus 3 more white dice. Now you're gonna have 3 dodge tokens to up to at least 3. You might have got some other dodge token shenanigans because you're gonna have so many dice. You're gonna want some shenanigans. You're gonna want a lot of extra tokens, I think. So again, you're gonna be rolling 2 red, 2 black, and 5 white. You're probably gonna have at least 4 blanks. So I think like you want to have at least 1 extra dodge token, and that's pretty easy to do. At least have 4 with this card. But beautiful card, really comes in there, allows her to attack somebody and have something like 8 or 9 hits easily. Possibly lots of crits. It really depends on who you're going up against. If you're going up against a vehicle, you could potentially kill almost any vehicle. If you come at, you can come out there and do. I think realistically you probably end up putting 5 or 6 hits on a vehicle. If it's as long as it's not completely undamaged, it might be the finishing touches off of a lot of them. I could see her taking down ATRTs in a single attack this way, possibly. I just think it'd be gorgeous. Just a fun thing. But not only that, I don't want to waste Ahsoka's 1-pip on an ATRT. I want to waste Ahsoka's 1-pip on Darth Vader or Palpatine or somebody like that. And one of the ways to take out somebody like Palpatine or anybody who's got that red die and immunity to pierce and defensive surge and probably has guardians and stuff, it's just to roll as many hits as you can. And if she can get 9 hits against Palpatine, maybe she could take him out. I live to see that happen. That would be gorgeous. Let's go ahead and put the model together. All right, so she is now put together, and I love the pose. She's standing here. Great sculpting, great detail on the Leiku, on the different leg plates, on the armoring that's on her. I think she's going to be an absolute joy to paint. I actually really like where everything is positioned. I think this particular leg plate might be a little tricky to get in there without, to get the gold on there and have it not necessarily copy over to the lightsaber a little bit. But yeah, no, she looks really good. The Leiku are going to be tricky to make them just get them perfect. But the Ahsoka for Shatterpoint was definitely one that I struggled on a little bit. But I'm ready for the challenge. Let's do it. All in all, really nice miniature. Would have preferred if the same mold lines that are in the front were also in the back, because you are going to see the rear of the miniature, although it won't be that hard to do it by hand. So that's my only criticism is they kind of dropped the ball on that rear head tail there. But from the front, man, she looks absolutely 10 out of 10. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and wrap up the video then. All right, that's going to do it for this unboxing. I also want to point out, when I was raving about this artwork, this actually is a Darren Tan piece. Definitely one of my favorite artists for a lot of the FFG and Asmodee and Atomic Mass game stuff. He's credited actually right here, so if I would actually read the stuff in front of me, it says the artist Darren Tan. Very cool guy. Had the pleasure of meeting him at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. Wonderful guy. You should definitely check out some of his amazing artwork. Although if you've been playing these games for a while, I'm sure you've seen plenty of it, as well as lots of other great artists. They get some of the best artists in the world to create this art, and it's one of the things that really brings these games to life. and also inspires a lot of paint jobs as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are out of this world and help make this channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. So say we all. The spice must flow, and nunchucks are the greatest weapon in all of mankind's history. See ya.